Philippine folk dance, occupational dance, and religious ceremonial dance.
Philippine folk dancing is a true reflection of daily life in past centuries while enchanting modern audiences at the same time. The dances were performed during festivals and remembrances of past military victories and still are performed at celebrations of births and weddings in modern times. Occupational dance. Occupational dance is a form of art that expresses the hardworking value of Filipinos from different places in the country by showing their local culture and livelihood. The theme of the folk dance would differ depending on where they live, near the seas, in the fields, by the mountains, etc.
Some examples of occupational dances. Gaway-gaway dance of Haro, Leyte Province. Gaway-gaway is a harvest dance that celebrates the bountiful harvest of the gawaya plant of the taro family that is grown both for the vegetable and its roots. The female dancer hold a nigo or bilao in Tagalog, laden as she dances. The music is a fast 3/8 melody and the steps are simple but beautiful. This particular dance came from the town of Haro in Leyte Province, where planting the gaway is the predominant occupation of the barrio folks. Pamulad Isda of Negros. Pamulad Isda is the fish drying dance of Negros done during summer when fish abound. Binatbatan of Ilocos. The Ilocano of Paway, Ilocos Norte, noted for wearing fine cotton cloth called abel, perform a dance called binatbatan. This depicts the beating of cotton pods to separate the seeds from the fibers with the use of two sticks called batbat. The dancers jump and hop outside and between parallel sticks on the floor in time with the song and music. The stick beaters interchangeably perform with the dancers and vice versa. The musical accompaniment follows the fast or slow beating of the stick beaters.
In Tawi-Tawi, the southern part of the Philippines, is an occupational dance called tauti, or catfish, which vividly portrays the difficulty of catching the tauti. It may also be performed by a group consisting of principal dancer as the fisherman, accompanied by dancer who depict the action of paddling the canoe and beating. Salat ti Alat, fish container, also shows a dance after a successful fishing expedition. It is also a graceful dance, allowing the dancer to display their skills in trapping and catching fish with their bare hands. Pasiging dance representing fishes getting out from the fish nets, locally called sibot in Capiz. The dance is among the discoveries of dance researcher Petronila Suarez. It was presented by Crisostomo Barrera during the 1979 annual Philippine Folk Dance Workshop held at Folk Arts Theater and CCP Complex.
Good day everyone, my name is Clyde Altagbar and I'm going to talk about ceremonial or religious dances. Ceremonial or religious dances is a major category or classification of folk dance forms or dance styles where the purpose is ceremonial or ritualistic. It is related to and overlaps with sacred dance and ecstatic dance. These dances are performed in connection with religious vows and ceremonies. This form of dances, like any other folk dances, is important because it keeps a culture of people alive by sharing and teaching younger generations the dances. Dance keeps the history of people alive as well. Dancers are ways a community celebrates a special event or important date and time. They are a uniting force to the Philippine people.
Here are some examples of religious or ceremonial dance. First is Gapnud. Gapnud or the Cebuano for Flotsam. Gapnud is one of the examples of religious or ceremonial dance here in the Philippines. Gapnud is a worship dance popular among the people of Negros Oriental. It is a reenacted of the discovery by a fisherman of the image of Saint Anthony of Padua, the patron saint of the town of Sibulan, Negros Oriental. The dance is one of the rejoicing and merrymaking that ends in a fluvial procession along the coast. Second is Dugsu. Dugsu is a ceremonial dance among the Manobo people in Bukidnon. It is usually performed during the Feast of Kaliga as a thanksgiving of a favor granted. Dancers have serious facial expressions. They move with an air of reverence throughout the dance. A fire is built at the middle of the place where the dance is to be performed rather. The dancers perform around the fire. It is believed that their thanksgiving offering will be carried to their gods by the smoke of the fire. The priest stands beside the fire while the dancers dance around him and the fire. He sings his prayer aloud. Pagdiwata. Pagdiwata is celebrated by the Tagbanwa people of Palawan. The Pagdiwata Ritual Festival is an annual event of acknowledgement and expression of Palawan people to the deities, same time seeking of deities' help in healing the sick and in need of offer prayers for departed loved ones. People who are serious health conditions also come to join the event, treated by their family being the medium of healing. The town proper of Aborlan in Palawan is host to the Pagdiwata tribal ritual held every month of December on a full moon. The ritual involves the drinking of rice wine from Chinese stoneware jars throughout bamboo straws. The celebration of Pagdiwata is also an opportunity to celebrate bountiful harvest or successful hunting trip.
Subli. Sublian refers to the whole event when religious Batanggueños perform religious ritual that involves singing in verses with strict punto or skeletal melody, praying, eating, and dancing the subli. Subli is performed by the people in nearly all the barangays of Bawan and Alitagtag, Agoncillo, and to some extent Calaca and Taas province. Usually held during the month of May to coincide with the Elinahan and during town and barrio fiestas. Strictly speaking, the Subli is a ceremonial worship dance performed as a tribute to the Holy Cross, referred to in the vernacular as Mahal na Poong Santa Cruz. Subli is derived from two Tagalog words such as subsob, which means stoop or in a crouching position, and bali, which means broken. Thus, Daman dancers seem to be lame in crook as they are in thrust forward bend position throughout the dance. Udol. The udol is a ceremonial dance performance by the Tagakaulu and the Bilaan people of southern Davao. It presents a tale of death and revenge. The dance begins with three women entering with votive torches, mourning the death of a relative. Following them are men playing a long wooden musical instrument called the udul, also called idel or gudul. The women expressed their grief eloquently with such actions as wielding spears and pounding the udul in anger, in a rhythm that contrasts with the steady beat of the music. Then a male priest dances and evokes the spirits to guide the soul of the deceased. Finally, two spear-bearing warriors arrive and dance wildly in a circle before leaving for the woods, apparently to take revenge by securing their enemies' heads. Sinulog. The word sinulog comes from the Cebuano adverb sulog, which is like water current movement, which describes the forward-backward movement of the sinulog dance. The dance consists of two steps forward and one step backward, done to the sound of drums. The dance is categorized into sinulog base or free interpretation. Candle vendors at the basilica continue to perform the traditional version of the dance when lighting a candle for the customer, usually accompanied by songs in the native language. Sinulog is a ritual prayer dance honoring Señor Santo Niño or the Child Jesus. An image of the Child Jesus is said to be the baptismal gift of the Portuguese conquistador Ferdinand Magellan gave Hara Amihan or Humanay of Cebu, now Cebu, back in April 1521. The image, believed to be miraculous, is housed at the Basilica Menor del Santo Niño in downtown Cebu City. The Sinulog dance moves are basically two steps forward and one step backward as the dancer sways to a distinct rhythm of drums. This movement resembles the current or sulog of what was known as Cebu's Pahina River.
Nowadays, there are many Filipinos that depends on folk dance because they want to return the traditional heritage of our ancestor. Folk dance is one of the most important thing in our traditional because it helped the traditional way to improve and promote the country. The development of folk dance helped a lot to enhance the characteristics of our culture and our difference from other countries since it projects the true Filipino in us. Occupational dance is a form of art that expresses the hardworking value of Filipinos from different places in the country by showing their local culture and livelihood. In an agricultural country like the Philippines, the rice field is practically the everyday life space for many Filipinos. The occupational dance called Buhay sa Bukid or Life on the Farm features working in the rice field. A religious dance is a dance that is done in the name of religion or to represent aspects of a religion. Ceremonial dances are often a form of a religious dance. Prior to the 20th century, dance was widely looked down upon and was not incorporated into Christian services, but has since changed. Many different types of people and cultures express themselves through music or dance, and religious people are no different. Many religions use dances to represent certain beliefs that they may hold.
Symbolism plays a big role in religion, and many religions choose to reflect the symbolism through various dance routines and presentations, often during services. Nearly every religion across the globe engages in some type of symbolic dance.